Not sure if you can hear me. It's definitely raining outside. It's been pouring all evening. I am in the barn getting the crates ready to bring the cats out of the car. They're in their little cat carriers, and I'm currently opening a bunch of cat beds that I ordered. They're like sealed really tightly in here. I don't know if you can see, but it's been a pain in the arse trying to open these, but I think I have it down to a fine science now by my third one. So well, let's get this open. Alright, here they are. I tried to keep it kind of economical. I think they're around like $13 each, which isn't fantastic, but they looked really cozy, and I want them to have something cozy and fluffy and warm in their crates, because my plan is that each cat is going to be going in a dog crate. These are going to be barn cats. They're feral cats. I don't even know if they're touchable. The shelter doesn't really know how wild they are. So it's really going to be a learning process on getting to know the cats, and they need to stay in these crates basically with their food, water, and litter, and their cozy bed. I'm going to cover the crates a little bit so that they feel a little more secure, but basically this will give us a chance to get to know the cats, let them get to know their surroundings, the barn, the noises, and make sure that they know this is home, because we don't want to just let them out and have them like go running off. Okay, I have them all in the back seat here. They're in crates, and the crates are covered so that they stay a little bit more safe and secure feeling. So I'm going to bring each one into the barn now, and then basically just have them out of the car so I can continue getting things ready in the barn and in their crates. All right, the last one here. I have to figure out where the handle is. Oh. Okay, they are all out of the car. Now I just need to go get the third crate to set it up. It was time to transfer them from their cat carriers into their crates. We didn't really know how wild they would act, so we were pretty much ready for anything. Thankfully, they all kept their cool, and none of them actually even wanted to come out of the cat carriers. We had to really coax them, and finally took some maneuvering to get them out into their crate. Well, here's the little gremlins this morning. This one's in shock, wondering what I'm doing. Hi, baby. It's okay. This little girl is like just peeking out of her little bed. Like, if I hide, you can't see me. And this little monster over here is definitely hiding too. Poor littles. So this is where the work starts, just patience, sitting by them, talking to them. I brought some treats. So we'll see what we can do. Is you a good girl? Is you a really good girl? Is you thinking about it? Good girl. It's a good girl. Are you gonna relax? Good girl. It's a good girl. Look at those relaxed eyeballs. That's so much better. Yeah, that's a good step. So I decided I wanted a separate scoop other than the one that we have for our own cats. Well, not our own cats, because these are our cats too, but our indoor cats. I'm really particular about testing for different feline diseases. These didn't get tested. There's probably a slim chance they have FERCP or feline leukemia or feline AIDS, but I just want to be cautious. So I ordered them their own little cat litter scoop and the side-by-side here. And then I ordered some little dishes for their crates because they are spilling their food and knocking a bunch of litter into the food and water. And so I feel like if there's dishes that we can hang up on the side of the crates, that will just be a better bet. So I'm gonna unbox these. I'm hoping these work perfectly. They have little, you basically like hang this over the crate and then the little food dish sits in it. So I think those will work just nicely. All right, here's the new kitty bowls. They hang a bit nicer. They kind of hang off the side of the crate so that they won't get as easily filled with litter, I'm hoping. Food and water, litter's up here. The little tortoise shell is definitely a little scared girl. She has been hiding under her bed. Don't want to allow them to hide like too intensely, because then they almost feed off of their fear. So I'm going to kind of give it a few days and then see if I can maybe take her little bed to the side to encourage her to come out and let her know that I'm not going to hurt her. This girl over here definitely hisses, growls. I got a little more history on her actually at the shelter. I guess that somebody actually brought her in from basically, I think, like kind of their cat colony on their property. And she does have a history of biting, scratching, and hissing and growling. So I am going to proceed with caution with them all, but I don't know. It's hard because it's like humans can definitely ruin a lot of progress that can be made. So it's like, I don't know what kind of work she's had in the past. It could all be like really negative experiences with people that we have to kind of work through. And I'm guessing also that when she acts naughty, she gets, I don't want to say gets away with, but you know, she basically has learned that if she acts naughty, the people back away. So what I've been doing is putting my hand near her to where she can't get me and she'll strike and hiss, but I don't pull my hand away because I don't want to reward that kind of behavior. So I have actually been giving her treats when she's responded in a good way. You're okay, baby. I know I had to reposition, so we'll see what she does. Oh, good girl. Good girl. And I don't have these gloves on for protection because they would do nothing for me. I'm just wearing them because I'm outside doing chores. So she's been kind of closing her eyes a little bit, which to me says she's a little bit more relaxed. That's a good girl. And then when she's good and non-reactive, then that's when I slowly reach my hand away. And I think we're just going to keep doing that. Yeah, I mean, even if these cats are never touchable, I just at least want them to be able to be used to me and not fearing for their life. Let's try one more time, okay? You're going to be a good girl. Oh, good girl. Good girl. You can see she's quite focused on my hand, which is fine. But we're going to wait till you're a good girl and you relax, and then I'll pull away. There's a good girl. There's a really good girl. This guy on the end doesn't want to look at me. He is just very scared. And he's buried himself in his bed thinking that, let's see if I can get it to focus. Thinking that if he doesn't look at me, I can't see him. But yeah, I think I'll probably give it another day, maybe 2 days, and then I'm probably gonna try and stick a leather glove in the side on a stick or something and see if I can stroke his little back and see what kind of a reaction he gets. Based off of his little, I don't know, I guess like reaction to this, it makes me think that maybe he just hasn't been exposed to most people. This one, the gray one over here, is definitely like the most, I'm gonna kill you. The other two are just really scared and don't want to even look at me. So have the radio going. Just gonna give it time. And hopefully with time we'll make some progress, but who knows? Each kitty's different and each one of their stories and traumas are different, so we'll see. Today is day 3, and little Miss White and Gray is feeling brave enough to get up and eat some yummies. I've been in here cleaning litter boxes. She's still the one who's probably like most, I don't want to say aggressive, but reactive to me. She still is the one that hisses if I get super close, or will definitely like swat at me if I get semi-close, which I'm not trying to get close because I want to give them their space, but she is brave enough to eat, so I would say that this is progress. Good girl. That's a good girl. And little girl on the end was up and eating. I basically like fed them all and I gave them all this treat. It's this tuna with salmon and goat milk puree. I think the idea is that the goat milk is supposed to be healthier on their stomachs. So I've been doing a little dollop in their food dish to kind of like leave them on a happy note. So there's the little dollop. He's looked at me briefly once, but other than that, it's just all hiding, which is fine. I'm hoping with time. I'd rather him be hiding than like lunging at me, so there's that. And then, yeah, like I said, little Miss on the very end. But yeah, little Miss on the end is definitely the most, well, I don't want to say the most scared, but yes. She was eating when I came in, huh? And now she's like, no thanks, you're in here. You're in here. I don't want anything to do with being by the food dish. Yeah, were you eating your treat? I think you were eating your treat. It was yummy, huh? This is huge progress. I am cleaning litter boxes. This is the evening of the 3rd day of them with us. And I gave them a little bit, I should say I topped their food off. And she got up and started eating. I topped it with her little cat treats, and I have not topped his yet with the cat treats. He wasn't even out of food, but he saw her eating, and then he was brave enough to basically get up and go check his little food dish and eat. And I'm like not that far away. I'm just right here cleaning litter boxes. So it's definitely heartwarming to, I mean, like, yeah, it seems like small progress, but this is like huge progress. He would not even lift his little head out of his bed, which he actually did for the first time today to acknowledge me when I stuck my hand in to put his food in there. So that's a good step. That's a really good step. Good girl. And this little Missy over here is still quite scared. But hopefully she'll start becoming just a smidge braver like these kitties. So this is the first time that he has been sitting up at all. He actually came over and ate with me sitting here. I think it helped that I gave him a little treat in his food dish, but I'm so close. And she came over and ate too, and she was just sitting up until a second ago. And little Missy over here is still quite scared, even though she was in foster care for 6 weeks with her kitten, so you would think that she would have warmed up a little bit, but so far, most progress award goes to this one right here, and I love his little chin. It is freaking adorable. It's black. Here you go, handsome. Here you go, handsome boy. He's a good boy. That was such a brave boy. He slowly stopped eating and began not eating at all over the past weekend. So I knew by Monday it was time to take him to the vet. Of course, things like this always happen over the weekend when the vet is closed, so I had to wait. But thankfully, our local vet was able to get him in first thing Monday. I needed to be able to assess him before I took him into the vet to know if
if he needed to be treated, if I would be able to even administer medications, because if he was fighting for his life, it would just be too much trauma for him and probably not safe for me.
Hey, little babies. Can I pet you?
So I donned the leather gloves to see what I was up against. Thankfully, he didn't really react. He just sat there and let me pet him. So then it was time to try and get him into the cat carrier to see if I could get him to the vet. Success. I got him to the vet, and thankfully the vet was up for seeing a feral cat. She showed no hesitation and gave him one of the most thorough exams I've ever experienced. I was so thankful. We got some blood work done, which showed that he has a really bad infection of some kind. We're hoping it's bacterial and that it can be treated with antibiotics. When he was there, they gave him some subcutaneous fluids for hydration since he hadn't been drinking for a while. Thankfully, that helped him feel so much better, and they also gave him an anti-nausea pill. It was then up to us to medicate him for the next week, twice a day with one medication and once a day with his anti-nausea medication. I bought him a bunch of really yummy food to try and entice him to eat and get his appetite back with nourishment. We got him all settled inside where he wouldn't have to fight to stay warm. I just got inside from feeding all the critters, and I'm gonna cook and talk at the same time. Kill two birds with one stone, right? So, let's see. Yesterday marks the 2-week mark that we have had the cats. And a lot's happened since then. I've probably filled you in at this point on the little black and white cat who has been sick. He lost 2 pounds since we adopted him, since he was neutered actually on the 4th. I took him to the vet about 5 days ago because he wasn't eating for the past maybe 3 days. And it turns out that he has some kind of infection. We did blood work, and his white blood cell count was really, really low. His platelets were really low. So this indicates more of a chronic infection that he's been fighting. We don't know if it's bacterial or viral. But I did have him tested for feline leukemia and AIDS, and thankfully both those things came back negative, so we can at least check that off the list. Of course, there's many other cat diseases out there, so who knows, but the vet basically thought that, he was probably exposed to something being out in the wild, living on the streets, doing whatever he was doing, and then when he was brought into the shelter, they did his rabies vaccination, and then they neutered him, and it was just too much for his immune system, basically, since he was already run down. So yeah, we've been battling that. We gave him some subcutaneous hydration, which is basically putting fluids under his skin to help when they're dehydrated and haven't been really drinking on their own. And then he's been getting an anti-nausea pill every morning for the last 4 days. Today was day number 4. So that concludes his anti-nausea medication. And then he's been getting antibiotics orally twice a day. So yeah, I have been administering that. It's been a little bit of an adventure. He is a feral cat, so he's not used to being handled. He's not used to people. He doesn't trust people. He doesn't like people. Thankfully, he's not super crazy, and he keeps his cool for the most part when I stick my hand in the cage. My only saving grace was that I saw the vet do that, and so he didn't bite her, he didn't scratch her. He does hiss and kind of cowers and pins his ears, but yeah, basically he's a pretty good boy. He's trying to be as brave as he can be, and he's slowly getting better. So he's actually eating, which is a huge improvement. We've been having to do Gerber baby food and different kinds of wet food, little freeze-dried chicken cubes, basically doing all the things to try and entice him to eat, and it's been working. So, I don't think we're quite out of the woods yet. I'd like to think that we are, but I think we'll know a lot more tomorrow once he stops his anti-nausea meds, and then he'll have been on antibiotics for 1 week as of Sunday. So I'm going to check in with the vet on Monday, kind of give her an update, see if we need antibiotics or longer. But being that he is improving, I think we'll probably be fine. So yeah, we will see. We will know more. I'm a little discouraged with the other two girls that are in the barn. They've made really not much progress at all. Maybe a ton of, like a little bit of progress. I would say maybe there's a little bit less hissing from the one gray and white one. But basically the little tortoise shell girl is still very scared, hides. You know, I was kind of hoping they would warm up a little on their own, but they haven't. And so all my other feral cats have. Maybe it's because I've had them in a more open space. But, like, you know, I had them in the bathroom, whereas I don't have that option where we're living right now. So they have to be in crates. I don't feel comfortable letting them out at this point because we'll probably never be able to settle them down. I mean, maybe we will, but that's a gamble. And my goal is basically like if they get sick or need medical care, I want to be able to provide that to them. I don't want them to be crazy and wild. So I feel like now is my opportunity to try and settle them down as much as I can before I release them. So I'm going to be doing a bit of research tonight on YouTube. I've already looked at a few videos, but I basically want to see other people's approaches. It kind of just sounds like most people go for it and they put on gloves. They just basically start desensitizing the cat, rewarding with maybe some wet food after they reach in and like handle with gloves. I want it to be as least traumatizing as possible. So I do want to watch a few videos, get a few ideas, yeah, and then implement something. So I'm going to start that whole more handling process tomorrow, I think, just since really haven't made any headway with the girls, which I know sometimes it can take months, but I don't also want to leave them in crates for months. So yeah, we will see. I will update you guys once I know more, and wish me luck.
All right, here's little mister. Are you feeling any better, babies? Is you feeling any better? For some reason, he feels safer in here. Okay. Do you want some baby food? Come on, babies. You're okay. Do you want some yummies? Oh, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. That's a lot of good progress. That's a lot of good progress. Yeah, we've just been getting used to a little bit of pets. As of, what, today, I think? He seems to be most comfortable in his litter box when he lets me pet him. I don't know why. Whatever works. Good boy. You're okay. You can tell definitely doesn't love it. You definitely don't love it, but you're being a nice boy. Being a nice boy. Yeah. That's a good boy. That's a really good boy. Yeah. It's a really good boy. Okay, baby. Good boy. That's improvement. You were hissing at me earlier today when we were doing this, which granted he did hiss the first time I reached in, but that's okay. Hopefully it just gets better and better. Good boy. That's a really good boy. That's a good boy. Can we do it again? It's okay. Oh, good boy. Good boy. So yeah, I guess he's shaking, so sad. You're okay. You're okay. That's a good boy. That's a really good boy. That's a handsome boy. Can I pet you? You're okay. Good boy. Good boy. You're alright.
So yeah, I'll basically just be doing that over and over again for the foreseeable until he gets more used to it. But there's certainly nothing that tests your bravery like reaching into the cage with a feral cat, not knowing what the heck they're gonna do each time. But I feel like each time I reach in, it's like he's trustworthy at least. So I feel safe that I'm not gonna get bitten or scratched. So we'll see how it goes.
And this is how much he loves the Gerber. He actually got up. Good boy. He's coming. He's coming to it.
At this point, it seemed like something in his brain just clicked, and he realized that he wasn't in imminent danger any longer. In this case, I think the food made him feel so much more confident, happy, and showing that I wasn't a sign of danger.
You actually love it enough to get out of your litter box. That's so brave. He says, okay, see you later. Going back in. Good boy. That's so brave. That's such a brave boy. What do you think? Some of the videos were like, just put some on your finger and give it to him. Good boy. Good boy. You're a good boy. Oh my goodness, he's actually leaning into my pets. What? Who are you? Who are you?
At this point, I wanted to jump for joy, but I had to keep my cool and keep my voice steady.
Here's your refill. As long as I don't get chomped, I guess, right? Good boy. You're a good boy. There, that's so nice. Good boy. Good boy. It's all gone. You got it. It's all gone. You liked it though, huh? Good boy. What? You let me have your tail? You let me have your tail? Good boy. Who's this little boy? Come here. Oh my gracious. Look at you. Good boy. Dad's gonna be so excited to see this. Look at you. I'm so proud of you. Okay, literally, like, I don't know what transformation just happened, but that was freaking amazing, you guys. You are a smart boy. You're such a smart... Oh, you're okay. It's okay. That was too fast. Do you want a little bit more yummies? Here you go. Good boy. He says, heck yes, I do. Alright, so the Gerber is, like, definitely a winning situation. Good boy. You're such a handsome little boy. Look at you. Do you like this? Does this feel so good? Who are you? This is just amazing. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. I hope the girls are this easy. Does that feel so good? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what a good boy.
Without our intervention, this little boy would have died. So thankful that he's been willing to trust me just a little bit and warm up to touch and warm up to the idea that we're not terrible people. He knows no different, and I blame humans for that. He's not out of the woods yet, but he's certainly showing his resilience. Stay tuned to see the next part of his journey and see if we get to make progress with the other two. Thanks for watching. Take care.